Welcome to this channel of dark, thrilling story readings from beyond the grave.
Welcome to today's story. We think it's going to be the last day of our lives. November 27th, 2022, Chicago. It's been 5 years since that night, but the memories still claw at the corners of my mind, like shadows that refuse to be banished. My name is William, and this is the story of how I almost lost everything. My friends, my sanity, my soul, because of one reckless decision. We were 4 friends from Chicago, just out of college, eager to experience the thrill of the unknown. There was Tony, always a skeptic, laughing off ghost stories as nonsense. Harry, the prankster, who thought everything was a joke. Jake, my best friend, who was hesitant but curious. And then there was me, the one who suggested the Ouija Board challenge in the first place. It was a cold, windy night, the kind where the wind howls through the city like a mournful wail. We gathered in Tony's basement, the most isolated place we could find. The air was thick with tension as we set up the board, candles flickering in the dark. Tony was the first to place his fingers on the planchette, smirking as if daring the spirits to show themselves. Harry followed, then Jake, and finally I joined them. "Is there anyone here who wants to communicate with us?" Tony asked, his voice dripping with sarcasm. At first nothing happened. We exchanged nervous glances, half relieved, half disappointed. But then the planchette began to move, slowly at first, then faster, spelling out words none of us wanted to see. Danger. Harry laughed it off, but there was a tremor in his voice. "Nice try, Tony. Stop pushing it." But Tony's face had gone pale, his smirk replaced by a look of confusion. "I'm not doing anything," he whispered. The planchette kept moving, spelling out a name. A-C-A-C-E-L. Jake pulled his hand away. "That's enough. We should stop." But it was too late. The air in the room grew heavy, almost suffocating. The candles flickered wildly. The temperature dropped. Tony and Harry stared at the board, their eyes widening in terror. They began to chant, their voices low and unnatural, in a language none of us understood. I tried to pull them away, but it was like they were rooted to the spot, their bodies stiff, their eyes rolling back into their heads. "Jake, help me," I shouted, but he was frozen in fear. And then, the lights went out. The room was plunged into darkness, save for the dim glow of the candles. Chanting grew louder, more frenzied, as if someone was trying to break through into our world. The shadows on the walls twisted and contorted, taking on shapes that shouldn't have been possible. Suddenly, Tony and Harry collapsed, their bodies convulsing on the floor. Jake and I grabbed them, dragging them towards the door. The basement door slammed shut on its own, trapping us inside. The voices, the chanting continued, but it wasn't coming from Tony and Harry anymore. It was all around us, echoing through the halls, reverberating inside our heads. I could feel it, something dark and malevolent, pressing in on us, trying to tear us apart. Jake and I fought with all our strength, pounding on the door, screaming for help, but no one could hear us. The basement was a prison, and we were at the mercy of whatever we had summoned. Just when I thought we were done for, the door burst open. The lights flickered back on. We didn't question it, we just ran, dragging Tony and Harry up the stairs and out of that cursed place. But it wasn't over. Tony and Harry were never the same after that night. They became withdrawn, their eyes hollow, like they were just empty shells of the friends we once knew. They would mumble in the same strange language, their voice slow and distant, as if speaking to something we couldn't see. Jake and I tried to forget, tried to move on. We went to therapy, blocked out the memories, convinced ourselves it was just a nightmare. But deep down we knew better. We knew that Tony and Harry had been touched by something evil, something that left a mark on their souls. It's been 5 years since that night, and I still see their faces in my dreams, hear their voices in the wind. Jake and I don't talk about it anymore, pretending that it's all in the past. But some things can't be forgotten, no matter how hard you try. And sometimes, when the nights are cold and the wind howls through the city, I wonder if we're truly safe, or if whatever we summoned is still out there, waiting for us to slip, to fall back into its grasp. Because some doors, once opened, can never be closed.